We're here with a special guest of ours, Frazier in the house, Steelers fan.
Woo, woo.
So we're going to recap, and we are going to get into the winners and losers of the action and against the spread. So, Jared, let's get into the Falcons and Saints. Falcons win 26-24. What did you think about that one?
I thought New Orleans won that game. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
It was a last-second walk-off 58-yard field goal by Young Wei-Koo.
I must have fell asleep for that one.
It was Saints. So Saints.
They just covered my spread. That's right.
They covered the spread. Yes. They did cover the spread, but Falcons win 26-24. Young Wei-Koo with the 58-yarder game winner. Falcons move to 2-2. Saints 2-2. So let's move along to the Bears and Rams. Bears 24, Rams 18. This was my silver pick for the week. Bears cover the spread of 3. Stafford had a couple of interesting turnovers there. So
strip sack was something else.
Sweats.
That Bears defense is finally coming together, and they look pretty dangerous. And Caleb's, he looks better and better every game. So we'll see. But Jaden Daniels.
Not yet. No, Jaden Daniels is in a class of his own right now. Rams are 0-3 away from home. They fall to 1-3. Bears move to 2-2. And we're going to move along to Vikings 31-29 over the Pack. Ooh. Somebody had that for their underdog money line play.
Oh, they're just loving them being dogs, and they just embrace it. Flores has got that defense highly tuned. Quarterbacks are scared. And I love it. I love watching them. They're just so talented on each sides of the ball. And, going for a tough test in London versus the Jets. So we'll see where both of those teams lie, right?
Yeah, that'll be a 6:30 start for us on the West Coast, and then 9:30 Eastern. So they're probably going to head there as soon as possible to get their body clocks all synchronized. But, Vikings 4-0. And they cover the spread. Packers lose straight up and against the spread. Justin Jefferson doing his usual things, making crazy one-handed touchdown grab.
Oh my God, that was insane. But for Darnold, right? I'm telling you, he put that in a little thimble. Like, oh man.
They only scored 3 points in the second half because they didn't need to, right? They were just rushing and
high risk injury and all sorts of other things, right? Just shut her down.
Totally.
Gotta win. Well, what a game.
Jordan Love gets 4 touchdowns. A lot of it was garbage time, but Pack get 22 points late in the fourth quarter, and they cannot make it a full comeback, but very exciting game. So we're going to move along to the next one in Indianapolis. 27, Indy Steelers 24. Let's get your thoughts on was that your gold pick?
That was my gold pick. If Pickens doesn't fumble the ball going in there, oh man, that's it. They win the game. They would have had some extra points, or at least had it tied.
They were losing the whole game, so it's tough to say. I mean, Indy was running the ball pretty much on them, and
but now, I'm sorry to say, doesn't that support my thought the other day that they might be pretenders?
Oh, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, Paul, what are your thoughts on that? Give us your feedback, Paul.
The teams I chose as contenders won. The only team I said was a pretender lost. Just saying, if you're right this week, you're right. Just for this week,
the Colts were up 17-3 at halftime, and then
old man Flacco.
Steelers showed a little bit of heart. Yeah, Flacco came in and saved it for Anthony Richardson.
Rubbed his nose in the dirt so many times, yet he throws all over him. Like Tomlin knows that guy backwards and forwards. He should have had him good, and it just just that one mistake, and they win the game.
Yeah, you would think the backup quarterback comes in for Indianapolis that, they're probably going to lose the game. And it's Jolt and Joe Flacco, their former nemesis. So what do you know? So Steelers are still 3-1. Steelers will be hosting the Dallas Cowgirls on Sunday Night Football tomorrow. Maybe we can get Paul to join us for the recap and give us his feedback. And I think Paul's hoping that you're not going to be taking Pittsburgh next week. Is that correct, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, what's the rule that you
thunder
have?
hurts
It's if Jared
somebody.
takes your team, he has to take his team. Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough, Paul. I hear you. Okay. So let's move along to Denver 10, Jets 9. It was a rainy hurricane game.
Another busted mental pick. Oh man.
That was your bronze.
Wasn't looking at the weather report. I guess I got to start doing that. And yeah, it was a sloppy mess.
Well, I mean, we make our picks on Wednesday, so it's hard to project that far ahead. But still, Bo Nix didn't do much. Aaron Rodgers didn't even throw for a touchdown. It was basically a slop fest. It was a great day to be a Duck, and unfortunately, Denver got the only touchdown in the third quarter, and they moved to 2-2. Jets lose straight up after being, I think, 7.5-point favorites. So disappointing Jets.
Yeah.
Let's move along to a beatdown. Baker Mayfield throws for 347 yards, 2 touchdowns,
nice.
33 for Tampa, 16 for Philadelphia, Paul. And Jer.
It was hard to watch.
The Eagles did not score in the first quarter or the fourth. It was it was a lot like the playoff game from last year. So Tampa moves along to 3-1. Baker and gang, I believe they're first in their division. And Philadelphia moves to second in the division now. Washington is your leader. Surprise, surprise. So, I mean, I think this game was over at halftime. It was 24-7. And Eagles showed a little bit of grit, but come on, that was a huge mountain to climb.
Hell, even my Steelers put up a bigger fight than that.
That's true, Paul.
Yeah.
They did.
At
least they came back.
They were scoring. Yeah, no, they were scoring. Yeah, it was impressive at the end there.
Yeah, so let's move along to the what was it, the Red Rocket revenge game?
Red Rocket revenge.
Cincy beats Carolina 34-24. Cincy just had their offense clicking again, and they had a little bit of a rush game. Carolina, they stayed in it, but big play by Jamar Chase, 63-yard touchdown. That kind of gave Cincy a little bit of their identity. They need those big
Cincinnati
plays.
can do this to all, to any defense, put up 30-something points, and and get a couple more wins, maybe even make history and make the playoffs after.
Well, they were 0-3. Yeah.
Hey, don't
tough
put
division
any
to be in.
team down, dude. Any
Right.
team can come out and bite you in the ass before you know it, and go on a roll.
All team that 125 times teams start 0-3, and only how many? Probably one made the playoffs.
I think like something like that. Yeah. It's really
ridiculous.
rare. It's a snowball's chance in hell. But Cincy is
Just like I
1-3.
say, you
They
can
face
still
Baltimore next week.
You can still get an angel on your shoulder. Next thing you know, you've gone on a roll, a winning streak, and beating teams that you shouldn't be beating. I mean, how many times have we seen it? A team that shouldn't win on paper or whatever, they shouldn't win. Yet they come out and it's an ass kicking, and you're like, what happened?
It happens every week in the NFL because NFL stands for not for long, right? So everything changes. So Cincy covers the 4.5 spread over Carolina. They're 0-2 at home. Cincy is 1-3, 1-1 at home. Let's move along to a very competitive Texans-Jaguars game. Texans win 24-20. Jaguars cover the spread. What were your thoughts on this game there, Mr. Sheen?
Jaguars were fighting for their life. Like we say, no teams ever made the playoffs after 0-4. So again, making
Good
history,
luck, yeah.
maybe,
Good luck.
But, it seems like they have flashes of, ineptitude and
Their defense, it's not what it used to be, right? So, they were up most of the game. I actually think they were up like 90% of the game. Former Jaguar Ogunbowale gets a last-second touchdown, and then Nico Collins just has $150 in the air. That's tough. The Texans move to 3-1. They face Buffalo next week, and Jaguars are 0-4 hosting Indy. And somehow Jacksonville's favored in that game. So that is the last of that. And then we're going to move along to the late set of games. We got Washington 42, Cardinals 14. Commanders are on fire. Jaden Daniels
6 touchdowns. Oh, so sick.
Sweet.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I don't know if they punted today or not, but
they did.
This team
They punted. They punted for their first time this year. Or sorry, he threw an interception. That was the first giveaway, and then they punted. But then he got pissed off, I guess, or something, because there was no stopping him after that. How many? It was like almost over 400 yards, I believe.
Yeah, the total. I mean, they rushed for a lot of yards. Daniels only threw for 233, but he was 26 of 30.
Nice.
So and in his rushing, he's probably one of the quickest quarterbacks I've ever seen. He's one of those guys who's going out of bounds, and you think he's out of bounds, he gets an extra 2 yards. He just scampers up, and he's a problem. And he's got that, and he's going to be a problem for the Eagles in the future. So let's move along to a pretty one-sided affair. Patriots stayed in it for a little bit. 49ers 30, Patriots 13. 49ers moved to 2-2. Patriots dropped to 1-3. Patriots cover the spread. What did you think about this one, Jer?
They didn't put up much of a fight, did they? That one touchdown, and then it was all San Fran.
A lot of turnovers. And
these Patriots are turning out to be what we thought they would be. So it's I think I'm zeroing in on taking advantage.
New England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, New England.
The Ivory Tower had fallen.
Well, they won their first game, and then now they lost 3 straight. One was a playoff, or not playoff, but overtime loss. So they haven't been very competitive in the last couple of games, but they did go up against the Jets and 49ers. So kind of a step up in weight class, and it showed. So
but you remember, last
I think we can get some value.
We can get some value for sure. You did.
Right.
Patriots go up against any team, and it was almost like a guaranteed win for the Patriots. Now it's like, has the Ivory Tower got a crack in it and starting to fall?
Oh, it's fallen for a couple of years because Brady's gone and Belichick.
I watched him on Fox this morning.
Brady's broadcasting and Belichick's doing everything under the sun. So the Patriots regime's over, but 49ers win pretty handily, 30-13, and solid game for Jordan Mason on the ground again. Let's move along to one of the uglier games of the week. Raiders win 20-16 over Cleveland. Raiders cover the spread, and Deshaun Watson late fourth down sack in the fourth quarter stopped their comeback. I know you weren't big on this game, Jer, but any thoughts?
Prastradamus strikes again. You just know.
I
when the dogs are gonna bark, and
yes, I did. I did take this game plus 2.5. Yeah, Yeah, I cashed my parlay as well. And I hit 3 of 3
Nice.
for a gold, silver, and bronze again. So
Unfortunately
not
for
bad.
me, New England ruined my
All
parlay,
fat,
even
all
though I
fat.
had them plus 16.5. So just that one
Yeah,
more
but that's not a
point.
key number. That's not a key number. 17 is. So you
I
got to get
know.
to the key. So yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson struggled. He was 24 of 32, but dinking and dunking. And Raiders defense was solid. They didn't let up any points in the second and third. And the Browns, I should say, had a chance to go down by 3. Of course, their kicker misses the extra point. So they're down 4 and have to get a touchdown. So Browns are doing Browns type things. And I like that call you made last week, Jared, of fading the Browns. And that's what helped me make this pick, because I was like, you know what? I know Adams is out. I know Max Crosby's out. I'm like, okay, I'm getting like a 4-point swing in the spread. That's too much. So purely a value bet and fading the Browns. There's not so much anything about the Raiders, but that's the NFL, right? You
I
got to
guess I
pick
should help
on the
myself next
teams
time, huh?
you see
Hey,
forth.
like the Pratt, you like going with your gut feeling, and
Let's move
90% of the
along to
time you're
the
right.
probably the game of the week. It was not high scoring. Chiefs win 17-10. Of the week, Chargers cover the +8 after not scoring any points in the second, third, and fourth quarters. Mahomes had a nice touchdown to Xavier Worthy for 50-odd yards.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, the Chargers, they actually had the ball on the 1-yard line of Kansas City. I think it was in the fourth or late third quarter, and they went for it on fourth down, QB sneak. They didn't get it. Chiefs go down the field, get a touchdown. So instead of going up 13-0, Coach Harbaugh went for the gusto, but Kareem Hunt had a decent game for KC. He's back in the fold for them, and Kelsey had a solid game, 89 yards, but Chargers, not much offense, beat up Herbert. What were your thoughts on the game there, Mr. Sheen?
Yeah, no, like the Chargers defense really showed up in the beginning, and yeah, almost picked off
Yeah.
Mahomes, almost shut him down. Just that one play, where he threaded it in there, that was the difference. So yeah, hats off to the defense for
Mahomes.
holding the champs to 17. And yeah, and then the Chiefs defense every week they're just doing their thing. They're shutting teams down. So it's their world, and you gotta beat them out. So Bills Chiefs,
Right.
AFC Championship, can't wait. That's gonna be a knockdown, drag out.
We gotta get there, because there's a lot of teams there coming at them. I know Baltimore will have something to say about that, and maybe this Chargers team will have something to say about that, because this AFC, and then there's a team in Pittsburgh. Hey, Paul, you heard of them? They might have something to say about this AFC Championship game that Jared's talking about. He's already crowning Kansas City.
And
Hey,
Buffalo.
like I
Don't
said,
forget Buffalo.
What is the one Super Bowl that all three of us want? My black
Philadelphia,
and
Pittsburgh,
yellow,
obviously.
the Steelers against the green and white. And is that a game that all three of us are going to? Oh, hell yes.
Oh, there'd be a
My
lot of
Steelers
beers
are going to
drinking.
win.
That's all
I'm
I know.
sorry to say. Yeah, But I mean, come on. That, hey.
That would be a dream matchup for sure. But
Like
that
I
is the
said,
wrap up for the first 12 games of the week here on week 4.
Nice.
Another crazy week here for us in the NFL. Week 5 will be here before you know it. I believe it's Tampa in Atlanta for Thursday night. We'll have the recap on that one. And yeah, a lot of big games next week. Like I mentioned, Dallas will be in Pittsburgh. -2 is the look-ahead spread for Pittsburgh Sunday night, 5:20. Kansas City will be hosting New Orleans on Monday night. 5.5 is the spread on that one. Rashee Rice getting hurt for KC. So yeah, we got some big matchups. A lot of divisional games. We got Baltimore, Cincy divisional game. We got Indy, Jacksonville divisional game. Miami, New England divisional game. Raiders Bronco divisional game, Cardinals SF divisional. And I think that's about it in the Thursday night game. So it's going to be wild week 5. Any final thoughts for you guys for week 4?
Oh, well, I missed 2 of my teasers by 1 each. I had Jets minus 2.5, and unfortunately had the Patriots plus 16.5. So I just missed,
so
close on both of those. But still alive for one. I had San Francisco minus 6, Kansas City minus 4, and now I got the lowly Titans plus 3 to complete that little teaser action. And yeah, so we'll see.
Well, that's awesome. Looking forward to next week's slate. Appreciate Paul joining us here, lifelong Steelers fan. And watch out for Paul in the comment section, and hopefully Paul will join us on next Sunday night for the recap of the Sunday night game. And we're going to thank everyone that's viewing on YouTube, and like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time on SNS Pigskin Picks.
Peace.
Later.
Later, guys.